Well, I traveled part of this trail a week ago. Came up and wanted to ride, but I didn't want to go way up in the mountains. Whoops. But anyway, I wanted to ride. I didn't want to go way up in the mountains. And I took part of this trail, and it actually meets up where I had the incident on the Suzuki. I tipped over a little bit. So I'll point that out along the way. But anyway, I got to ride a Honda up in Alaska for, here's where the incident occurred. As a matter of fact, it was this bush that left specific shaped bruises on my back. Those two little stubs down there. Anyway, I'm not taking it as fast, and I'm keeping my wheels up high this time. You know, when I kind of crashed there last time, I was trying to catch up to the kids. Ah! This trail. This little hole right here in the tree is shaped just like an ATV fender. Oh, just like that. See? It's like perfect. Yep. So my poor bag's gonna get some more sap on it. I don't know, maybe. It's like almost made for a Kawasaki. Look at this. I'm just touching here, and I'm just touching there. A little bend to the plastic. Definitely a little scrape of the plastic over there. Well, that was a little easier trying to go around it the other way, I think. That high bank turn makes it all tippy. I'm gonna go up here very fast or not. But anyway, so I got a uni filter for the Kawasaki, and I took well, initially what I did was, you know, I had the stock air filter in here, and man, I don't know what they put on the stock air filter. It was like, smelled like 2-cycle oil. Really strong smell, and it was sticky like nobody's business. I'm sure it was really good. Like, it was like spider webs when you touched it. You could, you know, you had like stringy stuff sticking to you, like mozzarella cheese. So I'm sure it was really good stuff. I wouldn't mind knowing what it was. You know, I've got this Kawasaki's the equivalent of, you know, if you get up a couple thousand feet, the 750 is more like a 550 down at sea level. I'm not positive. Yeah, it might be that extreme. So the brute force down at sea level is probably pretty amazing. Seems like the Japanese manufacturers put, actually I'm not sure about Yamaha either, but Suzuki and Kawasaki both have probably 10mm holes here, and you just pull out the little cap and you can put a regular motorcycle mirror in, which I think is pretty darn nice. Polaris doesn't do that. Polaris, I guess, you know, you have to put on a little handlebar mounted kind, and these are just real nice. The motorcycle mirrors are built for, you know, the vibration and stuff, and they're solid. I like them. It's funny, bulls pick out trees to take out their aggression on. It's kind of funny to watch them. You know, I'm sure they, you know, I'm sure it serves all kinds of purposes. I'm not sure if the elk know, but you know, when they get that sap on there, and it gives them a nice brown color, and I don't know, maybe they're itchy. You know, they got that velvet on there. Maybe they're itchy too. They start rubbing. I don't know. But it's kind of funny to watch them work over a tree, man. They just get all, they get into it, take out their frustrations, you know, on that tree. A lot of times they'll be littler like this, you know. They just really get after it. But anyway, those are good things to keep an eye out for if you're a hunter. Rub lines and wallows. So part of the story that I've not really ever told is on the you know, the video where I think it's named King Quad Slip and Slide. You know, I tipped over on that trail, and I think I showed it earlier in the video. And the other thing that happened that day is my son rolled the Polaris, and he was taking my wife for a ride. She's never really been on ATVs before. For pretty much her very first experience, he rolled the ATV over, and she broke her arm. The humerus, I think, is that right? So it's way up by her shoulder, and had to get a steel plate put in there. A nasty little break. So we were at the emergency room, and of course they, you know, ask you how you what happened. So, well, we're at ATV rollover, and they said, oh, up at Rampart. That's where I'm at right here. And we're like, yeah, that's where we were. They said, oh yeah, we get a lot of business from Rampart. And I think it's true. You know, I had the video a while back about that couple that you know, they had their Honda out here first inaugural ride on that poor thing, and they rolled it. I think they got on a soft edge, and you know how that'll happen. You know, it just sucks your tire right off, and you know, they rolled it, and they got off light, no injuries, no helmets. And you know, that couple I ran into last weekend up here, they weren't wearing helmets. And I tell you, it's just not a good idea. I hate to be preachy about helmets, but man, I'll tell you what, this place here, it eats people up. It eats machines up. Hopefully it doesn't eat me up. And there's a guy at church, his name's Billy, and he is really, truly a blessing. But he had an ATV accident. He wasn't wearing a helmet, and you know, it's left him disabled. I think probably the best way to hop on 3 wheels a little bit there. Billy kind of reminds me of someone that's had a stroke, and is, you know, he's always going to be that way, you know, unless I guess the Lord heals him. But his speech is, you know, is hard to understand a little bit, and I think it's probably like the right side of his body doesn't work all that great, and I think he would really trade that day, you know, if you were to ask him. I think he'd probably say, yeah, ride with a helmet, it's not worth it, you know. So there's my little bit of preachiness. I really wanted to tell that couple last week, and I just almost wanted to beg them, hey, get a helmet, man. This place is, you got an ATV there with a hell of a lot of power. Woo! Just like this one.